Okay, boys and girls, welcome to this engineering design process uh, project that you're going to be doing. It's called Bird Feeders Engineering Design Process for the 4th grade. So we are here on this Google slideshow, and what we're going to be doing today is going through what your homework assignment is going to be. So what do you need to do at home before you get to class? So we are going to do this lesson as a flipped classroom design. So what that means is that you will have an assignment, you will have individual items to this assignment that you're going to do before you get to class. So let's go through it, and so that you will be ready to begin the group work when you get to class. So what we have here is this on the home page. We have our assignment. This is bird feeders. So our driving question is, how do we as environmentally conscious citizens plan, create, and test safe and accessible bird feeders? So you're going to be designing your own bird feeder to go along with this. And this goes with our standards for organisms in their environment. So those are the standards that you're going to be studying. Okay, go to the next one. This is explaining how the characteristics of a distinct environments influence the variety of the organisms in each and the patterns of behavior. So all the questions that you're going to be answering are going to go along with that. So as we've discussed with the engineering design process, well, first of all, you're going to, when you get this, the first thing you're going to want to do is, before you start answering all these questions, is create a copy, your own copy. This document has been shared with you, this slideshow, but you need to create your own so that you can edit it, because right now you're just viewing. Okay, so moving right along, these are our standards, and then we have the criteria for the product. This is basically what your bird feeder, the criteria for it. The birds need to be able to get to the feeder easily. They need to it needs to be safe, and it needs to be made out of materials that are safe for all animals. All right, and then so the constraints: you can only use materials that are going to be found in the classroom, um, and we'll make a materials list, and we'll go over that first before you bring anything into class. Some things might be approved. But and then you have to complete each stage in the time allotted. Okay. All right. And then so we're going to skip over groups because I haven't assigned groups yet. You're going to find out what your group is after you've done the ask step. So let's skip over to the steps in the engineering design process. So we have done this before, so you're familiar with this. So we always start with the ask, and then we work our way into the imagine, where we come together as a group after we've researched and we know what we're doing, and we will be able to come up with a plan, and we've asked the right questions, and we've done a little bit of research. So this imagine step is when the groups come together, and then we go into constructing a plan after we've come together. Then we actually create it, and this is the spot where students want to jump to the create part, but you cannot move to the create aspect until your plan has been approved and it's shared with the class, so we can talk about anything before you get cleared to go to the create step as a group. Then after you create, you will see any needs for improvements, and then we can go through the cycle again as the project continues all the way to the due date. So we're going to focus right now for the next minute or so on the ask. What are you asked to do? This is the most important part of the process, because if you don't ask the right questions and you don't research the right things, then you won't be prepared to imagine a solution. So we're going to go to the ask, the first ask. So you need to be ready to go through all of these links tonight so that you're ready to get with your group and imagine a solution. Okay, so I provided you a website. This website has information on all these different types of birds. That's just one website. You can use other resources if you want, But what you're going to do is with that copy, you're going to make your own copy, and then you can type in your answers to these so that you'll be ready to share your answers with your group. Okay, so what kind of birds might eat from your feeder? You want to think about how might its beak affect how it eats? What foods might they want to eat? Okay, then we go on to different kind of containers. What kind of container would make it easier? So you're starting to think about the design. Um, what are everyday items that have a good shape? Okay, then you go through which of the utensils might mimic the beaks that are found in this area. Um, okay, so you're just going to go through all of these questions, and they don't have to be real long answers. They can just be a sentence or two or three, but you need to make sure that you're able to answer all of these, because I will be coming around and talking to each person to make sure that you're ready to be in a group. You have to do the ask portion first. And then can you design a bird feeder that lets birds get to the food but keeps it safe from other animals? That's going to be part of your design. And then you're going to start thinking about what kind of materials you would need. Okay, so this is the end of our flip lesson introduction to this project. So I will see you tomorrow, and we will get started with this, and hopefully, if all goes well tomorrow, we will be able to spend some time in our groups, get assigned to your group, and then you will be able to start thinking about these. The imagine step is which is where you get to decide on your materials list and answer this question. We'll go right back to the beginning. How can we, as environmentally conscious citizens, plan, create, and test safe and accessible bird feeders? Okay, so you're going to want to design one that can be used, and this should be a lot of fun.